In year 1324, while kingdoms rise and fall across a fractured Europe, a different kind of power is moving across the African continent. Deep in the heart of the Mali Empire, a king has embarked on a journey that will forever etch his name into the annals of history. His name is Mansa Musa, and he is about to show the world what it means to be the richest man who ever lived. But let's pause here. Try to comprehend what richest truly means in this context. We're not talking about the abstract wealth of today's tech moguls counted in digital stock portfolios and market caps. We're talking about tangible, physical, earth-shattering wealth. Wealth measured in tons of pure, glittering gold. Wealth so immense that the simple act of giving it away could destabilize the economy of an entire continent. That kind of richest. Mansa Musa ruled over an empire that was a sprawling tapestry of power and prosperity, covering nearly 500,000 square miles of West Africa. This domain was the undisputed heart of the global gold trade, controlling more than half of the world's known reserves. The mines of Bambouk and Bure weren't just pits in the ground. They were the fountains from which the world's currency flowed, and Mansa Musa held the key. Picture the caravan as it sets out from the Malian capital. This is not a mere royal procession, it is a moving city of gold. 60,000 men, including 12,000 personal attendants, march in formation, their bright robes a river of color against the desert sands. Each of these attendants is clad in the finest Persian silk and carries a staff made of solid gold, weighing 4 pounds apiece. Imagine the sight, a forest of pure gold shimmering under the African sun. Leading this incredible host are 500 heralds, each also dressed in silk, each holding a golden staff. As they march, they announce the coming of the great Mansa, their voices echoing across the vast, silent landscape. Following them, a train of 80 to 100 camels stretches for miles, each beast burdened with up to 300 pounds of pure gold dust. This isn't treasure locked away in chests. It's a statement, a testament to a fortune so vast it defies imagination. This was the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca, but it was also a demonstration of power on a scale the world had never seen. The journey was a monumental undertaking, a 4,000-mile trek across the unforgiving Sahara Desert. But for Mansa Musa, it was more than a religious duty, it was a diplomatic and economic mission. As his golden city moved, it left a trail of unprecedented generosity. Every Friday, wherever the caravan stopped, Mansa Musa would command the construction of a new mosque, a permanent marker of his faith and his passage. When the procession arrived in Cairo, the seat of the powerful Mamluk Sultanate, the city was thrown into a state of shock. The markets, accustomed to the flow of trade from across the known world, had never witnessed such a spectacle. Mansa Musa and his retinue began to spend, and they did so with a generosity that bordered on the divine. He gave gold to the poor who lined the streets. He showered gifts upon the courtiers and officials who came to greet him. He purchased goods and souvenirs at such inflated prices that the value of every transaction was rewritten. For the next 12 years, the economy of the entire Middle East was turned on its head. The sudden, massive influx of Malian gold caused the price of this precious metal to plummet. Markets in Cairo, Medina, and Mecca were saturated. A gold dinar, once the standard of wealth, was devalued overnight. Merchants were ruined, fortunes were lost, and the economic order that had stood for centuries was thrown into chaos. It took over a decade for the region to recover from the king's single visit, a stunning testament to the scale of his personal fortune. He had literally given away so much gold that he broke its value. On his return journey, Mansa Musa, ever the astute ruler, recognized the economic disruption he had caused. In an unprecedented act of market manipulation, he attempted to rectify the situation. He borrowed back all the gold he could from the moneylenders of Cairo at an exorbitant rate of interest. It was the only time in history that one man's personal wealth was used to single-handedly control the price of gold across the Mediterranean. The world was now on notice. The king of Mali was not just a regional power, he was a global economic force. But Mansa Musa's legacy is not just one of wealth, it is one of vision. He returned from his pilgrimage with more than just stories. He brought back the brightest minds of the Islamic world. Architects, scholars, poets, and scientists were invited to his empire, their passage paid for in gold. His most famous acquisition was the Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, whom he commissioned to transform the cities of his empire. Imagine the city of Timbuktu around the year 1330. It is no longer just a remote trading post, but a vibrant intellectual and spiritual capital, a pearl of the desert. Al-Sahili's genius, funded by Musa's gold, gives rise to new, magnificent structures of fired brick and mud, a style that would define the region for centuries. The Great Jingerbur Mosque, with its iconic pyramidal minarets, rises toward the sky, a center for prayer and learning. The Sankar Madrasa is expanded, becoming one of the greatest universities in the world, its libraries holding hundreds of thousands of manuscripts on subjects from law and astronomy to medicine and history. Students flocked here from all corners of the Islamic world, making Timbuktu a beacon of knowledge that rivaled Baghdad and Cordoba. Mansa Musa's reign transformed the perception of West Africa. His legendary Hajj put Mali and its king on the map literally. In the 1375 Catalan Atlas, one of the most important world maps of medieval Europe, we see a depiction of a European king meeting a caravan. But in the heart of West Africa, there sits another figure, a dark-skinned king enthroned, wearing a golden crown, holding a golden scepter in one hand and an enormous golden nugget in the other. The caption reads, "This black lord is called Musa Mali, lord of the blacks of Guinea." So abundant is the gold which is found in his country that he is the richest and most noble king in all the land. He was not a myth or a barbarian king from a distant land. He was Mansa Musa, the Golden King, the lord of an empire whose wealth built cities of learning and whose generosity reshaped economies. His story is a powerful reminder that history's centers of power, wealth, and knowledge have not always been where we assume. Long before Wall Street and Silicon Valley, there was a king in West Africa who held the world's fortune in his hands, and with it, he built a golden age.